very good afternoon to all the parents of Year 3N. Thank you for taking out time to join our session today. We do hope that after today's session, you would have more clarity about certain queries that you may have. We have tried to sum up everything in our PowerPoint presentation. However, if you do have certain specific questions, I would try and answer those towards the end of the presentation. Okay. So as you know, I am Mrs. Nidhi Parekh and I am the class teacher, a lovely set of students that I have this year. And I am from Mumbai, India. However, I have been associated with GEMS Group since almost 8 years now. So I hope that, with my experience, I am able to engage and create different opportunities for my students. Let's move on with the first thing, Ms. Room. Thank you. So the timetable was already shared with you at the beginning of the term. I have also tried to provide information in one document called Important Points document, which I have uploaded specifically for my section 3N. If you do open the document, you would find details about each lesson, subject specific. And I have mentioned which are the live lessons that we conduct throughout the day, which are not live, and what are the expectations. So what is that the teacher expects the student to do? In the document, you would also find different notebooks that I have mentioned in case you have to use those, and when does the child have to submit their activity. Now, we would prefer that for those lessons which are live, the student would respond to the activity. Maybe if possible, if there's time, and if the child has completed the task, then during the same lesson, when the teacher gives them time to submit their activity. However, in case the child is not able to, you could at least try and do it on the same day itself. For days when we have PE, which is on Monday, the students are required to wear a PE kit. This is for the ones at school. The ones at home would have the same video uploaded on Seesaw and they could review them. For other lessons like library, again, there is a video with a task uploaded on Seesaw. And the children do that at their own pace. They have spellings that they would need to revise. And we do have upcoming spelling tests on every Thursday, where I am conducting a dictation and they are writing spellings for them. So in case you have something more that you wish to know about certain lessons or subjects in the timetable, please let me know. You can always drop in a message on Seesaw and I will be happy to respond to your questions. Thank you, Ms. Room. Next, please. So we have our Spring 1 medium-term plan, again, which was shared on Seesaw with the parents. We have tried to mention what are the different topics that we will be covering according to the skills and again, subject specific as well. So you would have different ones which we have tried to focus on. So for this one, the main topic that we are going to be discovering and doing more is inventions that changed the world. So this is what the students have been doing, and I'm sure you would have reviewed this document. It is uploaded on Seesaw for the parents to see. Next, Ms. Rowe. So towards the end of each week, we try to share a weekly newsletter through which the parents can check whatever has been done in that week. We try to focus on some of the main subjects here. The newsletter also contains spellings, which is useful for the spelling test at the end of the week. Always refer to the important instructions at the bottom of the document. There we try to specify certain important things that are required in case there is something that you make a note of, or sometimes even certain materials that are required by the students for the next week. So please keep checking the weekly newspaper. I'm sure it'll give you more idea about what the students have been doing throughout the week and how they have been busy and what an interesting week they have had so far. Let's look at the next one now. So we do use a lot of apps in year 3 at GFS. As you know, we use Microsoft Teams for conducting all our live sessions. Seesaw is used for uploading all the resources for the students, and whatever activities the students have completed, they respond to those for the teachers to check and review. Now we also have certain other applications that the students could use. The Bug Club and Education City are paid resources. So in case you have purchased those from the bookstore while you have been selecting your books, these would have login credentials for the students, and the students will then have access once these have been shared with them. Times Tables Rockstars, however, is a free app which we use, so the students are encouraged to log on to these and practice their multiplication tables. So this is a free one, and we do encourage the students to use this so that they are better and they are able to memorize the tables in a fun manner as well. Let's look at the next one. So as I just informed, we have been using Seesaw for sharing of information, uploading resources, communicating with the parents, and also checking what the child has been doing during each lesson. Now, I had also shared a video where you have more detailed steps about the different features that you could use as a parent and the ones that the child could also explore for their activities. However, I could share both the videos for MS Teams and Seesaw with the parents once more. That will help you to understand what different features do both of these apps have and how we could use it in the best possible manner. Next, please. So we do have a video here. And in case due to some technical reasons, if you're not able to view or watch this right now, I'll just go ahead and share it after today's session. Ms. Rowe, you could move on to the next slide, please. I would share the video with the parents. I think that'll be better for them to view at their own pace. And there's another one for MS Teams, which I would again send it to you all so you all could watch the video and check the different features and how the students are able to join the sessions. Next, please. So these are the list of books and stationery that are required for our students. They have notebooks in all the core subjects like English, Science, Math. They also have notebooks for topic, guided reading. For this term, we are using the Power Maths 3B practice book, and the 3C one would be used for the next term. I think it'll be better if the students are aware that they need to carry their English and Math notebooks and textbooks every day, especially because those subjects are also a part of their timetable, and we do these every day at school. The others, they could follow the timetable and carry those books accordingly. Apart from these, the students who are coming to school, the ones who have opted for blended learning, please ensure that when they are carrying a fully charged device, they also carry a charger, because sometimes, of course, the battery runs out and it's difficult for the students to then attend any particular lesson which is not in the classroom, for which they need to log on to Teams. And they also have a challenge when they need to upload certain activities on Seesaw then, because they're not able to use the device. They also need to make sure that they're carrying in headphones, basic stationery items such as pencils, eraser, a ruler, a purple pen, which we encourage them to use for self-correction or clear correction, and a whiteboard would be useful on the days they have to practice for the spellings, because it'll be easy for them to then write it on the whiteboard, revise, and then erase it, instead of having a separate notebook, an additional notebook. So these are the ones that they would be needing. So we do have a certain online activities for the students. I think you would have received some information about these ECAs for our upcoming term, which is the term to be started. If not, I shall again forward some additional information along with the other two videos that I will be sending after this session. Next, please. Okay, now there's one more important information that I would like to give the parents. I think you would have some queries about, how are we conducting assessments at school, and now with the blended learning, you would have a query based on that. So right now, we do not have specific assessments after a few weeks. Most of the times, whatever activities the student is uploading, and on the basis of their interaction, their participation during the classroom learning, the teachers are evaluating those, and there have been a continuous evaluation procedures in the past as well, where we are trying to see how, in the best possible way, we are able to assess a student's learning. However, at the end of the term, we do have a formal assessment, again, which is just like a recap and reinforcement of whatever concepts we have taught so far in that term. And this is also because at GFS, we do believe that the students need to be learning at their own pace, and that will help them to challenge themselves in an appropriate manner. The same as with the activities. Anytime, if you would have noticed on Seesaw, we are uploading activities. We leave it to the student to choose whichever one he's comfortable with, whichever ones they feel that they could solve. They can challenge themselves and go ahead. If not, for certain students who still need more clarity with the concept, we have the support activity as well, which they could start with and then maybe move on to the more challenging ones. In case you have any more queries or questions, you could please post them in the question and answer section. I hope I have tried to cover whatever queries you may have. If not, you could send me a message on Seesaw if it's something very specific to your own child. And you have my email address on the screen. You also have Miss Georgia and Miss Emma's email address as well. Miss Georgia is the head of year 3. Miss Emma is the head of lowercase stage 2. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes in case you have any specific questions. You could just type them in and I would respond accordingly. Okay, I think I did see a question about the books. So as I mentioned, there were two questions about books. So one would be which books need to be carried on which specific days. Like I said, apart from English and math, which need to be carried every day, the others are just according to the timetable. And there was another question based on the exams. And again, like I said, we are assessing the students as per a continuous evaluation, but we would have a specific formal one at a later date, and you would be informed about that. 1%. Okay, which activities should a student be expected to complete? Each activity which is uploaded on Seesaw, and if you read the description, the teacher would have mentioned exactly what the student needs to do. So where it says that you need to do it on the template, the student would do it on the template and submit. If it is mentioned like, you need to do it in the notebook, then the child has to complete in the notebook, click a picture and submit the same. Any other questions, please let me know. Which subjects will they be examined in? Like I said, they are mostly examined in all the subjects. However, exactly, there are no formal exams, as I mentioned earlier. It is a continuous evaluation depending on how participative they are in the activities, how are they uploading their assignments for checking, how much have they understood during our routine question and answer sessions with the teacher. Yes, PSHE is not a live lesson. It is for the students to learn at their own pace. It is based on their own learning, and they will simply complete the task which has been put up for them. There is a video with explanation. They have a template on which they need to answer and submit, but there is no live lesson for it. Okay, about books. Yes, the books need to be carried according to the timetable. Yes, I know it is sometimes challenging for the students to carry those books, but as a safety and precautionary measure, unfortunately, the students are not allowed to leave the books in the school as of now. Okay, so sometimes there are no breaks between two lessons, but I do understand as a parent and even as teachers. So we do try to give them like a 2 or 3 minute, stretch and movement break or an eye exercise break where we ask them to, keep their device away and just make sure that they are just standing for some time or not looking at the screen constantly. I also have a rule that during my break time, I have a no screen time rule. So I avoid them watching it while they are with me in the class as well. Music, yes, the ones in school will attend the live lesson. And at home, they have a recorded video that they need to watch and complete. Okay, so I think we have reached the end of our session. I have tried to answer and respond to whatever questions you all had. In case you have something specific, please drop me a message on Seesaw and I will be more than happy to respond. Okay, one last question was about Education City and the Arabic login. Yes, those are, and Education City is a paid resource and the students will be provided with the login credentials for those. So thank you once again for joining in. I do look forward to constantly interacting with you and communicating with you. Please let me know if there is anything else that I may be able to clarify or answer your queries. I will be providing them with the logins for Education City. Yes. Okay, so all those students who have bought in that resource along with the books and stationery, because like I said, it is a paid resource, I would. And Bug Club is another paid resource, but we would encourage them to definitely go and sign up for that as well, because it really encourages them to uh, develop their reading skills and enrich their vocabulary. There are different books that they can read since now they do not have the physical experience of going at a library in school. So it'll be better if they sign up for Bug Club, and I'm sure they will enjoy once they will be able to access the books within the Bug Club application. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you have a lovely day ahead. Please stay safe, take care, and if there's anything, do let me know. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.